We can edit this part out though.
We can always edit this. Somewhere in the warm-up goes into this.
We can do our diction exercises.
Me, mama, moo. That's what it's doing. Me, mama, moo.
Our vocal warm-ups. There we go. Using that stuff. Well, thank you for joining us for that part. I am Jake Schriner.
I'm Pastor Johnny Leckie. And this is the Compass Conversation podcast. We're dressed the same tonight. Serendipity.
Yeah.
Serendipity. Back at you. Okay, whatever that means. We will follow you, King Jesus. Okay. Boom.
Here we are.
Well, here we are. Thanks for joining us on the podcast here tonight. We're in a little bit warmer room. It was warm when we had Tracy here, but I think it's a little bit warmer. You know what? Maybe I may need to turn that off. Actually, you hear that?
Yeah, you can hear that just a little too.
All right, you guys just hang tight. There we go.
Yeah, all right.
That would bug me in the audio later. Oh.
Just hear a slight tick in the background the whole time.
Yeah. That thing hit me. No, this is gonna be brutal. I guess we'll be all right.
Right.
But you know, I thought about this with the umbrella out in the back.
Yeah.
We could do the podcast out there one night.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's great.
If I'd have been thinking about it, we would have done it for tonight. But there is a lot of extra noise. But I think it would still work. I mean,
I think it could if we had the microphone set up in a better spot and like.
Well, we just put the screen on the thing, and it would be like Church at the Tree.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can hear well enough when we record those. Fun stuff. It's summertime.
Hello, Jake. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It was
we got a lot going on in your world.
Oh my goodness, it was a busy weekend. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, minus all the running around yesterday and errands and everything. One thing, I have been getting back into running the last couple weeks, and I was a track and field guy in high school. I was never I didn't letter or anything. I mean, I guess I did technically, but I was never, I wasn't a starter if they have those in track and field. I ran the mile, I ran the half mile. I was pretty good. I wasn't the best on the team, but I was pretty good. But yeah, I ran a little in college, and then I just stopped for a long time. And lately, I'm like, I want to get back into it. So now I'm just punishing myself with long runs.
I love it. I want to be running.
Yeah, it feels so good.
I'm easing back in after my foot difficulties. It just
Okay.
really annoyed me so much. You saying that about running? Have I ever told you the Melissa running story?
Mm.
So she did cross country in high school, right?
Yeah.
But after a while, she started realizing I don't like this very much. So I'm at a track meet, okay? I'm there to see, because we always went to all of our kids' stuff.
Yeah.
As much as we could.
Right.
So I'm there, it's a Saturday morning, and this is what happens. Melissa, they're down, they have the little, start down gun thing. But on your mark, I guess that, or whatever they say. I don't know what they say.
Yeah.
On your mark, set, go.
Yeah.
Do they say that?
On your mark, set, go. Yeah.
Boom, okay, whatever. So she gets in position, and right before they do the thing, Melissa says out loud, so the person next to her can hear. She goes, "I hate running." And the girl next to her was like, "What?" That's how she started the race. I hate running.
What a great mentality to start a long distance race.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead, dude.
No, that's funny. That's funny because I totally understand that too. Like I enjoy distance running. I think it's fun. It's nice. I pop in some headphones, run around the neighborhood a few times, kind of get out. It's good for my mental health too. I'm finding.
Sure. Once you get going, you get past that first mile,
right?
And now it's just about.
Well, there's an equilibrium your body finds. Like after the first 4 or 5 minutes, always stinks, but then after a while, your body's kind of used to that rhythm and cadence, and then you feel like you sort of find a zone. It's great to run.
Well, we're wearing the same shirt, but mine is tighter on this. Maybe in a couple of months, a little bit more baggy. I'll be the dad bod will be gone.
On Saturdays.
That will not be as big.
The last
I
two
have gained some weight again. Oh, Cameron.
The last 2 Saturdays I've gone on long runs. They've been like 7 miles apiece. They've been great and really fun. But like I've got old, I've got like these old injuries like showing up again. You know, like I'm not injured, but I can tell where I've like broken a bone here or like really hurt myself there, and it's you're just taking some rest days and
you're halfway to a half marathon, man.
I am
not bad.
Quarter marathon on Saturdays is what I'm doing.
Saturday. What time do you run?
Usually in the afternoon. So I don't know. Like takes me like an hour. I like running in the heat.
I love running in the cold.
The cold, yeah.
However, now because of the other issue, it's tough getting old, man. It's not that tough. It's the same as it was 10 years ago. but now I've kind of when I'm in cold air and I'm running, it's that exercise-induced asthma.
Oh,
the dry,
yeah.
cool air,
Right.
and it really annoys me because it's my favorite way to run because it's like automatic air conditioning.
Right? Yeah, you don't overheat. You feel good. Yeah.
It's snowing. Come on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Love it.
I understand. Yeah, I love running in the more extreme conditions for sure. Something extra about it.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad that you're doing it. It's inspiring to me because I really do want to run again. So my foot has the metatarsalgia issue I was having. It just takes so stinking long to heal. And the whole time, I'm like a 90-year-old man.
Right, just moving slow and limping.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just my foot. But anyway, we're in the Hokas. Not quite as cool. I guess they're kind of trendy cool in a way. If you're Gen Z. Or you are 90 years old.
I'm at that age anyway. I'm finally there where I have no idea what teenagers, early 20-somethings are into. I don't have a clue. I don't care.
I've been around Nikes forever. Right? I was a Nike guy. Just always just Nikes. And anyway, so... But they're too thin in the front, most of them, and so that's where my foot problem is.
The new ones now have a sole that are about 1.5 inches thick, so...
Really?
Oh my gosh, they're crazy.
I'm sure there's probably a Nike, not a sponsor of the podcast, but if you'd like to be, call Bob.
Well, contact Bob. Still email Bob. Hi Bob, if you're watching.
Bob? I don't think he's watching, but anyway.
So Johnny, how are you? I know we're kind of already into
that.
Yeah, you're good, but...
It's gonna be
I missed my cue.
We're doing coffee at night.
It's okay.
You know, it's funny. I'm not about to tell you how I'm doing, but in all the old shows, like the old Dick Van Dyke show, I don't know if you've seen any of these things.
Yeah.
But in all those old shows, well, at nighttime, they're like, no matter what time of night it is, if there's like something that happens or whatever, they go, why don't I put on a pot of coffee?
Right, yeah.
They have coffee
absolutely.
at like 9 p.m.
Someone comes over at 10:30 with a problem, pot of coffee. Yeah.
They're at the coffee shop in downtown New York or something, and it's 2 in the morning. What are you doing? No wonder you're there too.
Right.
You can't go to sleep. Anyhow, I'm doing pretty good. I am tired. I'm wired and tired at the same time because, as you know, I have this long list of tasks.
Yeah.
And I've been working on these tasks to get ready for family who's going to be here this coming weekend and all next week, and then Leon's dad even through to the next week up until Thursday morning. So there's just a lot of adjustments. They're really, I don't think there's a single thing that I've done home improvement wise that didn't need to be done anyway.
Right. Yeah.
But it's been a great kick in the pants to get all that.
A little extra motivation. Yeah. Sometimes you need that.
A little painting, a little bit of trim, all the stuff. But I'm having to accomplish like 3 or at least 4 tasks every day, almost to the weekend and the past week, plus garden stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute. But so maybe I'll be burning some calories. Get this doggone gut.
Get your steps in. Get your movement going.
I was going to say something too. I always get off track and then I forgot what I was going to say.
You almost fell off your shed a bit ago. Were you going to tell that story?
I was going to tell that story, but it was something else I just said. What were we talking about? Something in the
run in and get back into exercise and tasks. Okay.
I was going to talk about the Google thing I use.
Oh yeah. Google Keep. Yeah.
But anywho, all right. Yes, that's true. And so today, backyard. A lot of the tasks were backyard tasks. You saw, right? Got rid of a giant branch. Thank you. I got to do something with all of those branches. We're gonna have to do this massive, bulky dump something. I don't know because we've removed a toilet, a giant microwave. I got bulky trash in my little. You don't even think about that.
I can help you.
I guess we get not a free, but we get like a trip to the dump every month or something.
Really? What? Really?
You ever heard of that?
No, I haven't heard. What?
Maybe I'm wrong. Never mind. See, Fort Worth back in the day, a long time ago, that was part of because our trash was wrapped into our water bill.
Oh, okay.
And once a month, they came with this truck, and you could have the size of a small car.
Oh,
trash
gotcha.
and this thing
Yeah.
So that was great.
That's awesome.
I
want that.
But yeah, I want that too. But anyhow, so the shed, there was a giant branch on the top of the tree, from the tree on the top of the shed, and I thought it was connected to the tree, looked closer, no, it'd been one of these last storms blew a big branch down. It was just resting on another branch, but it was like a big thing. I mean, like a big
might call it a
branch.
log even.
A log, you might say. But anyway, I went out there by myself. Leon had just gone to lie down, and I thought, this is going to be okay. I put my rickety ladder up against the shed. Mm-hmm. I crawled up there, and it's like, you get to the very top, and it's like here's the top of that step ladder, and here's where the roof begins. Yeah. So I had to do that thing where you kind of lean and then step on top of the ladder where you're not supposed to step.
Right.
I knew it was
not a step.
Yeah, I was like, I knew I'd made a slight mistake. So I leaned on, and that little shed is so much more steep than I thought it was going to be. So I had to kind of, and then my feet were kind of sliding. I went, okay, this is not good. So I got it. I'm straddling the top of the shed. Yeah. And seeing if I could reach the branch. Finally, I did kind of pull the thing. I pulled it over my head, and as it goes off of the side of the shed, a part of the branch stabbed itself at the end.
Right through the roof?
Just enough, not the roof, but it was the shingle near the end.
Oh, yeah.
Enough to make it hang there and cover the ladder. So I'm like,
you could get your foot back down to...
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not this dumb. I mean, I can be dumb. I can make a dumb decision, but I'm not this dumb. So I get on my phone. I'm going to call my wife. Yeah. I call her, nothing. I call her again, nothing. It's my text. I'm like, oh, for the love. Am I going to be up here all afternoon? Anyway, finally it worked out, and she came and held the ladder, and I got down, and we took care of it. But anyway, a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of painting, a lot of just... They're major things. I mean, replacing that toilet, I mentioned that was last week, not today.
That's a big one. Doing something like that's a heavy thing to get in and out.
Yeah. I mentioned Sunday that Michael did a lot, because he really did a good job helping me with that. Yeah. So he's very mechanically.
It's good.
Yeah. Anyhow, so tired, but well. All the tasks, I do remember now what it was. There's a meme. All right, and it's Peter Parker reads a book. Okay, and so you can create your own meme using it.
Yeah.
First frame is Peter Parker. It's like 1960s Peter Parker, right? He's got the crew cut.
Yeah.
Big book, and there's a place to put the title of the book. Mm-hmm. The next panel is from over his shoulder and his hand on a page. Yeah. And then the last one's a picture of him going like that, right?
Thinking about it.
So I saw somebody did this a few years ago, and it made me laugh, but then I couldn't find it again, so I created it myself. Because this is what this summer is all about. It's Task Summer. And so the title of the book, How to Not Be Stressed by All Your Tasks. And you open it up, and it says, do the tasks.
Do the tasks. That's right.
Then when it comes up to him, I had even with a tear, he's like, what? Right. It's like, it's so simple. Right. Anyway, that's and you know what? Maybe I'll put that here. I have that picture. There it is.
There you go. Right there. Memes by Johnny.
These are to be memes. Okay. Well, all right. That's enough chit chat. Let's get out of business. We're wearing the same shirt.
Yep.
Talking about compass
stuff. Start the garden.
Yeah, we might as well talk about garden because we've not got a whole lot of extra stuff going on at the moment, even though there's stuff coming up.
Some things in the works. There's some stuff brewing.
Yeah, it's just June is just such a wash, man.
Everybody's moving and traveling and around, and yeah. There comes a point where you just go, I need to show you something. Okay, and maybe I'll add this as well. These are the things when you and I and Annette and Leona were at the garden last night. Mm-hmm. After you left, some things happened. I was going to ask, how did the rest of the evening go?
Well, the good news is we've got the paths on Annette's plot.
Cool.
It's all tilled up.
Awesome.
She got a whole row of like potatoes and the walking onion things, the potatoes and something else. So she's set and ready to go. That's all cleaned up, cleared, yada yada. However, what you missed, put in my specs. What you missed was we had some visitors. Hang on. And that's me on accident. Pay no attention here. Where are they? Where are the visitors?
Oh yeah.
We had cool. 3 deer come by and visit the garden.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That was the wrong video. I had it to show you. But anyway, that was it. So there's that. And then you may have recalled from your own homestead that we had a beautiful rainbow.
Yeah. Yes.
Rainbow over the garden.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun.
That's cool. Yep. So we got plot 1. I guess we'll refer to it as. It's all planted out, and looking really good. Looking really good. We got hay spread.
The hay is spread. We got hay on hers as well.
Awesome. And it sounds like Annette's is plot number 2, if you will. Is going great.
Plot number 2.
I'm very excited about her plot because it's. I'm glad that she's managing it because it's easier on like me because I just have to worry about plot number 1 and then I can just help as I have free time.
Although she's open to any advice or help.
Oh, of course she is. Yeah.
We're pausing, like, how do you plant? They're pulling up on their phone. 6 minutes. Yeah. If Jake was still here, he would know.
Yeah, and but her having that I think it's fun because it is. More motivation for Annette and other people like come out too. It's not just like I don't know if people feel this way, but it's not just like this little niche thing that does the garden. It's all of us, With Annette having the second plot,
and that's true.
It's like there's more of us involved. I think
this was sort of garden weekend because Saturday morning was the first Saturday for all of the gardeners at Delaney to be there to help with the work.
Had the work day Saturday morning, yep.
So we had, so it was me and Leona and Annette, and I figured Annette couldn't really represent the church one, so I'm glad we were there.
Yeah.
Because she's got her own plot.
Each plot needs a rep there. So I figured,
we were good.
If we had 2 people from Compass, that could count towards Annette's plot, absolutely.
Well, I mean, she was there.
Right.
But she couldn't. If it was just her, it wouldn't be enough for both of them.
Right.
But either way, it was fine. So we got all of we did a lot of work on that day. I mean, a full 2 hours and we were past that time as well. And then we had brats. They had brats and
that's right.
Kind of snacks and stuff. That was pretty cool. But, so we were there on Saturday, then we were there again on Sunday. And we were there pretty good while after you were gone, too. So helping Annette with her thing. And then the rain started. It was reminding me of... This is the Garden of Rain this year.
I love it though. It's great because there's been a lot of days where it's like, I don't think anybody can make it out there. Oh, no worries, it's raining. Like that will stop. That's good. I think that's done because this next week is like 90s.
Thank you, were right.
So we will have to be more on
here.
Yeah, we'll have to be more on top of the watering, but that's nice because the hay is going to help with that too. Mulching that down is going to keep moisture in. So if we do have to skip a day, no big deal.
Yeah, and I want to put on the calendar too the days that we are all going to be there. Now, every Sunday night that you're in town, you're going by the garden.
I'll be there
at 5.
Yep.
And then there's every week on Tuesdays. Is that right? Or
Tuesdays I'll be watering.
Watering, same kind of deal. Somebody can join to do a little weeding.
If they want, the Tuesdays might just be like a run out and water quick.
Okay. And then on Thursdays, Kyle's doing that. Okay.
Yep.
He's been pretty much on it, except for he said it was raining, so he didn't.
Yeah, I saw last Thursday that how much it rained. I'm like, there's no point for anyone to go out. It's like that garden talk. Yeah, it's good. So the garden's, in case you can't tell, it's doing very well.
Yeah, the garden's doing great.
We're very excited about it. Still a lot of hope.
A lot of hope in the garden.
At this point, it's like last year and the year before, there's a little bit of like, we feel a little discouraged about something bad happening. And knock on wood, nothing bad has happened so far. So
it's like reversed. It's like we had, things were going great everywhere else with our church. With the garden, we had like the hedge struggle. I mean, the
prairie dogs.
Prairie dogs. We had all kinds of stuff happening, and it was a struggle. And this year, it's like the struggle on the other end. The garden's doing great.
The garden's awesome.
Actually, there's not really any real struggle. The more I think and pray, I mean, we're going to be fine. We just got to hang on and lock arms, hang in there, keep going. We're going to be fine.
We're still meeting every Sunday.
Yeah, we meet every Sunday, man.
We're still there.
And we'll be back at the school here soon, and we'll kind of build towards that. We're going to try and do a big event of some kind.
Yeah.
Most likely it will be the movie night in July, June.
Yeah.
I just kind of put up the white flag and said that on Sundays. Like, you know what? I can throw these things on the calendar, but it doesn't matter. If we can't be there, hangouts or whatever. So our main focus in June is hanging out together and doing the garden.
Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah, I think, yeah.
And then some impromptu, maybe some after church, some Sundays after garden, something like that. Let's go get some ice cream and let's go hang out and do something.
I'm always down for ice cream.
All right, very good. All right, so the cookies are not ready yet.
No, they're not. So should we start diving into the series that you've been on the last?
We might as well. And again, we kind of first things first. That first message or so was kind of first things 1st. Then I got into temptation.
Yeah.
And it just took over.
We've been on temptation for like 4 weeks now. It's okay.
Temptation and I'm yours.
Okay. I think it's a very important subject to cover, and it's worth more than just 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah,
it really
I
is.
agree. Yeah, obviously, I agree. And it's not always just about like, I just ran out of time. No, I really plan to, kind of do a little slice and dice. There are a few things where I wanted to focus a little bit longer. There was probably only one Sunday where I went, not getting to what I really wanted to get.
Right, I remember it was a couple weeks ago. You were like, "We're going to stop it right there."
Yeah, and that was fine because that indeed is also part of the plan is the ability to do that. So I've got it all mapped out. It's not always the full case, but it is this time for sure. And Sunday, I actually shared on my personal Facebook account. I didn't do it on Instagram, but I shared it on just my own personal account. I noticed I'd posted pictures about our church, and people like garden pictures and things like that, but I haven't linked to our service stream. All right, and I know there's some people probably a little confused about like, are you guys in a house now? What's that? No, we're not really. We kind of are.
Yeah,
and I'm cool with it. But no, we didn't just become a house church. We're not just a house church.
We still meet at our.
Although those are very excellent. Yeah, we still meet there, and we may even meet some other places, even in July.
Cool.
But anyway, I don't want to give out details that I have to change later. So until I know for sure, I want to make sure I don't want to announce anything I have to change. So that's what I just said. June, just on a personal level, Leon and I mean, we have family in. Even in the first bit of July, we'll probably go away for a few days. We may have one Sunday. I'm not sure what we're doing just yet. But if we're at the house, we could still do the stream, and everybody can still come over.
Yeah.
And it could be a potluck breakfast thing, or you can still do,
You can do some
although,
omelets, yeah.
Well, that's not right. You cannot do those if I'm not here.
That's
you
true.
can't
Yeah.
do omelets. Just kidding. You just have to do them again the next week.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's not like Michael wouldn't be here, or Melissa could come. She has a key to the house also. We can just do everything as we would normally do. I can have a pre-recorded thing, or that's your day to do your devotional. The color drained out of your face right there. I said devotional.
Yeah,
absolutely. You have to preach a message. You're not a pastor. You're not called into.
What about trying my hand at like?
But everybody needs to. We could work on that together too. I mean, I don't want to be the wild frontier. Who knows what you might say while I'm gone?
I'm gonna be crazy.
Anarchy.
Yeah.
Spiritual heresy.
Who is this man?
Oh, we'll do something. But I mean, but we can still. What I'm saying is, we can still meet. We can still stream the service.
Yes.
We
can fill in the gaps wherever we need. I mean, we have people who are capable of doing that.
Yeah. And like I say, devotional, it could be testimony time too. It could be. There are ways to do that if I'm not here in our small setting. Now, we were at the school every week. We were in a big setting. and I wasn't going to be there, I would, I'd have somebody come in, or I would
Which we've done before. We had pre-recorded messages. Bob had given a message before. Yeah, we covered it in the past.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah. Those pre-recorded messages, I'm always surprised they actually seem to work okay.
They do well.
I could do it every Sunday probably, but where's Johnny? He's been gone for 2 months. Well, we've been watching him on videos. He's actually been dead for a month. Nobody knew. I got a dark fast story.
You just got like 100 messages, just dropping them every week.
Oh my soul. Well, anyway, but what I was going to say about the fact that I shared it on my Facebook, okay, I kind of took the rabbit trail, is that's, I have a ton of friends on Facebook that are, if you want to say Facebook, it sounds kind of old-timey, because Facebook's an old-timey.
It is now, yeah.
But it is where everybody still is, except for, even some of the younger folks. They're pausing, younger folks. What's happening to them?
All you young folks out there.
Oh, those whippersnappers on their TikTok. Well, anyhow, all I mean is on Facebook, pretty much most of the people that we know have some kind of account there, right? They may not be very active with it.
Right.
But they'll see it. It's bigger than most countries, Facebook.
Right. Yeah, it is.
So I have a ton of friends, old friends from high school,
right.
People who have known me through ministry years, people that I work with at the school, tons of people who've never probably ever seen our service.
Right. And they don't follow Compass.
Right. They may not follow Compass. There are a few who do follow Compass right now, which is always interesting to me. Like coworkers out there.
Right. They just randomly find them.
They sneak in and out. But I posted that, and I think I said something along the lines of, we'll be back at the school soon, but I really enjoyed our brunch.
Yeah, I remember seeing the post.
Did you? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, at first I was, it's like whenever I post a church thing on that account, I never know if anybody's even going to go and look at it. Like the previous ones were Leon and I, we're young and, marriage and kissing on adventures. Yeah. And people just, you people are wonderful, we love you. Right. I get like 1,000 thumbs ups and hearts. I'll post something to about Compass, crickets sometimes.
Yep.
But, so I went to see, how many views? All right, okay, fine. Well, it was like 132 views now, which was a surprise the next day.
Yeah.
It was yesterday, and which is a lot more than we would normally see on that. I know they all came from my
videos. Oh, that's cool.
Now, we don't want to get too excited because those kind of views might be for like 10 seconds. They might be for 5 minutes. That doesn't mean they watch the whole thing, but I still think it's kind of cool. So just earlier, I just checked it. Went, 132. Okay. That's a lot more than I would normally see. Usually I guess that's not fully true. Actually, when I go back in our streaming service and I check the numbers from like a week ago, it's, sometimes it's 80, 90, something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like people coming back later and kind of watching that. But again, does it mean anything? Not necessarily. But it is cool that people at least know we exist, and then they can hear us sing, and they can hear me speak. Share the gospel every single week, no matter what I'm talking about. At the very end, at least, I always give people a chance.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so I thought that's been kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think? Let's see. Yesterday was some more of the temptation. Battle plan, offensive moves.
Right. Do a little recap on the offensive moves we're supposed to utilize. Point a little recap on the defensive stuff too.
Yes, and then added a few new things. Let's see what we talked about. My brain's fried tonight.
I was actually talking with a coworker this morning about this because she had it's funny, she had kind of a tough weekend with her 22-year-old son, and so she was just, her and I were chatting today, and she goes, What was your message at church yesterday about? I need some sort of spiritual thing.
Wow.
I was like, okay, cool. Hey, I'll tell you. And we were talking about.
Should also give her the link.
I should. I don't know if she's on Facebook, but
well, I mean, just
yeah, I get emails.
you can still see it even if you're not on
Yeah,
Facebook.
we were talking about the Temptation message series that we've been on, but one thing that I liked from the message yesterday and that I brought up to her was I like the distinction. If you look at how Jesus responds to Satan every single time he was tempted, he starts with, "It is written." He's using the Word of God. He is not, doing it on his own, even though he could because he's Christ.
Mm-hmm.
He's still, even Christ is going, "It is written."
Yeah,
that's how powerful the Word is. I think it's phenomenal.
And what's interesting about that particular account too, that's the temptation of Jesus in the wilderness, is that Satan tries to pull a little scripture quote.
Right, exactly, yeah. Doesn't it say that this?
It says this, right? Sounds like people on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. Yeah, you hear it's amazing. These arguments aren't modern at all.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's true, and I'm kind of drawing a little bit of a blank. But yeah, we did talk about the. That's why I was telling everybody, take notes on this one because it's really hard to carry around in your brain. But
yeah, the putting on the full armor of God was there's a lot of description there.
Yep, helmet of salvation, and one of the latter things that we talked about was the who before what, and understanding that when you're dealing with the temptation to do something, it's determining who you are, and it responds how you respond. Right. So that whole idea
Your
of
identity.
do you want a cigarette? You're trying to quit smoking. You don't say, "Oh, the better way is to not say no thanks. I'm trying to quit." That's what most people would normally do, right? Why not? That makes sense. Instead, it's to say, "No, I'm not a smoker." Right. So now you're wrapping your identity around this thing, and you're saying that's who I am. Doesn't matter what I did.
Right.
Doesn't matter how much trouble I've had with it. You're telling yourself, and you're telling that person in your head, "This is who I am."
Right.
So I don't. So you say, "I don't smoke."
Right. I don't smoke.
Or I don't drink. Or I don't. Whatever you're having an issue with at the time.
There's a little.
I don't murder people. Wait, no. Wait.
Well, and
would you like to go murder?
Your example was, your example touched me, touched my heart, because last week was 9 months of no smoking for me.
Yes, sir.
So it has been 9 months. I quit, and yeah, it's great, but that is true. Like you can't.
Was that trying to get you to draw out your?
No. It's fine. It's just that because it does resonate with me because it's.
I did think
it was tough, but
I was like,
that change of heart, what you have, it was one day something switched. And I went, no matter how much I want one from this point on, I'm done with it. Yeah. That is not what I'm going to be a part of anymore. And so that decision, the physical side of it stinks, but the mental side was easier at that point. And you go, oh, I'm going to get through this. It's going to be no problem. Fair amount of prayer. There were some hard days. I'll tell you, there was a really hard days. But even still, by the time you get like 2, 3, 4 days in, you go, okay, I'm building momentum. I'm good. But that change of heart has to happen first. Otherwise, you're doomed to fail, I think.
Yes, I think so too. And then I recommended that book. Another place.
Yeah, The Power to Change.
Power to Change. Not a bad book, actually. An easy read. But I mean, you don't need that book. You need to follow the battle plan that I was talking about.
Yeah.
I can pull this up too. You keep talking. Talk amongst yourselves.
I am wondering where these cookies are going.
What's up with our cookies? Yeah. Usually we have a cookie time at this point.
No kidding. How long? What kind of cookies are we getting today?
There's no surprise.
What sort of souffle cookies are we waiting on?
There's some cookies coming, baby. We're running out of talking time. We don't know what else to do. We're at the end. All right, hang on. I'm just kidding. Actually, there's some more about this that we can talk about too. So, yeah, it's warm in here, man. Doggone it. All right, so here it is. Yeah, resist, reserve, and provide no fuel, and learn to quote scripture. Lock arms with good company. Redeem your days.
That's right. Yeah, you don't have idle hands.
Idle hands.
Yep.
Get busy doing the do's. You don't have time to do the don'ts.
Right.
We talked about David. When you're idle.
That's Sheba.
Yeah. And that is one of those things that you can easily stretch a little bit. King David, it's just the way it's presented in the story.
Right.
when the kings, it was spring, the time when the kings march out to war. David didn't.
Right. Yeah.
David didn't go with his troops. He just sent them, and then he's just hanging around. He just wasn't where he was supposed to be. Right. And it kind of goes back into that whole bit where we're our own worst enemies sometimes, because and it flowed out of that make no provision for the flesh. Mm-hmm. Being in the wrong place. You can be in the wrong place at the wrong time by your own choice. Right? You didn't know what was coming, but you knew you probably shouldn't be with this person at this place at this time. Or alone somewhere where you know every time you're just going to get into some kind of trouble or something like that. So, well, it's been nice talking to you. One of these days we're going to wait, maybe these must be gourmet. Come in.
These are going to be the best cookies we had.
Break ending, I guess.
Sorry, it took us a little while.
What kind of cookies do we have, sweetheart?
Did you pour out the flour and then?
Oh yes, I grew the wheat myself.
We had to wait for the starter to rise and the yeast.
Yes, yes.
All right, so what do we have here?
You gonna tell him?
No,
Harper, you never tell us. You never tell us what they are.
We have Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, is that this one?
That's that one, and then Triple Chocolate Chunk. I don't even know what that means, but that's what it is.
So it's chocolate with chocolate and chocolate.
And chocolate. Chocolate, and
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
All right.
Thanks, Harper. Oh, your hand. What happened to your hand?
She's okay.
She broke her hand. They had to hot glue it back on.
Thank you.
Good job, kiddo. Thank you, friends and loved ones.
Thank you.
Let's try it. We'll start with this one.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Let's see. Yeah, that was weird waiting that long. Mm-hmm. You know, we've gotten so used to it. It's like people being used to you bringing candied bacon.
Which I did not do.
And then you did not. And everybody's like, where's the candied bacon? What is this? I'm thinking.
I know, I think it's like 6 months. I brought it twice. And it's been a big issue both times.
It's like, dude, it's like Jake is doing this out of the kindness of his heart. What is wrong with you people? Oh, we get so entitled. All right. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I'm just used to it. You know, I get it. They're pretty good, though.
This is I like Snickerdoodle.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I like it a lot. Really good. All right. I know this. So this delay, really, everyone's sitting on the edge of their seats wondering where Bible trivia is.
Bible trivia! Okay. Oh my goodness. We're having far more fun than they are watching anything.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. That's good.
All right. So
I like this cookie.
we got 3 in a bonus, but the bonus is a gimme. I mean, that's a T-ball question for you. All right.
I have nothing in my head. I barely could remember. Sorry, it's been a cookie. I can barely remember my own points from Sunday. That was yesterday. So who knows how this is going to go. All right, we'll try it. Why not? Bible trivia. Play along.
Who defeated the Israelites in 1 Samuel chapter 4 and captured the ark?
Oh. Was it the Philistines?
Very good.
500,
yes.
Alex?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Philistines, Philistines. What do you say? Philistines or Philistines?
Philistines.
I've heard Philistines, and Philistines.
Philistines. I've heard Philistines before. Yeah.
Actually, one time in a message, I started saying Philistines, and then was saying Philistines by the end. I kept changing. Like, whichever one you go with, you got to keep it through the whole.
Right, you're consistent, yeah. It's like changing your accent.
Philistines, Philistines. They took the ark. And that didn't go very well for them, as I recall.
It did not. They ended up with a lot of tumors as they moved it around from place to place. Over the course of 7 months.
And the cure was weird too.
I know, yeah, golden mice and all this.
Golden mice, golden tumors.
A strange thing. All right, numero dos. Who was appointed the king of Israel by Samuel?
Give me the first king.
Appointed, yes, not anointed. Who was appointed?
Wait a minute. This isn't a trick question.
No.
Saul was first.
You got it. Okay. Saul was appointed by Samuel. Samuel wanted to leave judges for the Israelites, And the Israelites said, "No, you must give us a king to judge us like the other enemies we have or whatever." And so, because
They forsook the Lord as their king.
right,
Because they wanted a king, they want to be like everybody else.
right. Yeah, so they were appointed a king, Saul. And that, if you read on, did not work out great.
No, poor Saul. Saul started off okay.
He's described as one of the greatest amongst the Israelites. He's a head taller than all of them.
And then you have the opposite. Well, where's the youngest? Wait, is that the next question?
Mm-hmm.
What's next? Okay.
Next question.
Wait, I got two. I got two out of the.
You got 2 out of 2?
Three more.
This is 3.
Okay.
How many sons did Jesse have?
Oh man. Doggone it. This is the one I'm going to miss. I'm going to get this one wrong. Let me think. Yes, 9? No, that's too big. He had 6 sons. No, I don't know. I can't remember.
8.
8, okay.
7 were presented to Samuel,
Doggone it.
and then he said, "None of these will work. I need." How many more sons do you have? I have 1. He's tending the sheep.
I will say, I think it's kind of funny and sad that you got Samuel, right? Everybody's thinking, oh,
Right.
Samuel, you know.
Big prophet
Comes
Samuel.
in, oh, one of your sons I need to see. Oh, well, it's like Cinderella.
Number 1. Not good.
Well, I mean, it's like, don't you have any more? Oh, yeah, but I didn't think you wanted him. He's out in the field.
Yeah, presented 7 sons, and then it's the youngest who you left with the sheep is who he wants.
Well, just that
Who
he
the Lord
didn't even
wanted.
think to bring him in.
Mhm.
You know, he was like, oh, surely it's not him. A little punky kid. That's an interesting turnaround, too, because you've got the youngest who becomes the king, which is really upside down from the way a Jewish family usually did things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
And that would be David, by the way.
David.
In case...
is that the bonus? You have a bonus?
That's not the bonus. Bonus is even easier. What town is Jesse from?
Was that Bethlehem?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because David is from Bethlehem,
Bethlehem.
and Christ
City of David.
comes from that city. Yes, David. House
Bethlehem.
David. Yes, Bethlehem.
Wow. I guess I got them, sort of, except for the numbers. That's okay. I forgot about it. I didn't care about those guys. I didn't care about those brothers. I only cared about David. That's not right. I just couldn't remember.
I will say the it's not a shock that the firstborn wasn't picked, because that's kind of a common theme in the Old Testament, is
Yes.
the firstborn sort of gets forsaken or overlooked or swindled or whatever. I mean, there's all sorts. But the fact that he also went through Numbers 2 through 7 and said, no.
No. Is it me, Daddy?
Right,
You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
No. What was going through their head, you know? Oh my gosh.
Probably a little resentment after the fact, I would think. I think there's other stories about older brothers resenting
Like Joseph.
certain, yes, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
There we go, Bible trivia.
There you have it. Apple trivia. We're going to actually wrap up on that one, probably. All right, how long have we been going here?
Yeah, I agree.
We'll lean in. we have a view. We have a view of the screen right there. Okay. And do we want to tell everybody why we're wearing the same shirts tonight?
Because we're both part of Compass. Because of John 3:16.
We have no idea. Because of John 3:16.
Like
I just threw this on. I took a shower. I think I wore the Compass shirt tonight. And then I saw you walking up. Oh, he's got it on too.
That's good.
And because we're cool. Sort of.
But yes,
John
John-
3:16, let's hear it.
Yeah, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life.
Amen to that.
That's why we're here, and that's why we're doing it.
That's why we're doing it, for sure. We are very happy that you are joining us tonight. So I have an assignment for you, and that is, if you have a cookie recipe you'd like to share with us, drop that in the comments below. If anything that we've said has given you a smile or has caused you to think about something a little differently, also give us a comment below.
Please.
In fact, just comment below. But don't be crazy about this thing.
Please
Right?
talk to us.
Talk to us, man. Are there any other behind the scenes things we want to talk about before we move along?
I don't think so. Yeah, just well, if you don't follow us online or Facebook or YouTube or anything, please do. And then you'll keep an ear out for upcoming events like potential movie nights in July. So,
And impromptu hangouts.
absolutely. Yeah.
And-
Hot dog cookouts at a park somewhere, whatever.
Mhm.
Whatever we're feeling.
And we may have a service at an area park
Cool.
in July as well.
Those are fun. Awesome.
I don't know how we're streaming yet. I can't remember how we did it before. I think those people are not around anymore.
Yeah.
You knew that information?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Okay, I think we're done for this evening. It's still a good summer, and we are a very relational church, and we love to get together on Sundays in particular. Right now, we'd love to have you join us as well. All right, we meet somewhere in the world every single week, and right now it's here at my home and at Arkansas Elementary School. But we're always online. Facebook is where you'll find us right now. Possibly YouTube a little bit later, but 10 o'clock on Sundays is when you gather. We usually have brunch at 9:30. You can discover more at compassdenver.com, and we'd love to have you as our guest this Sunday. All right, final words.
This has been great because he is great.
Grace to peace. Grace to peace.
Grace to peace.
Grace and peace to you. That's all we have for tonight. We are out. Grace to peace. Peace to grace.
Grace to you and peace.
Grace to, yeah, okay.